Hello candidates. Once again, I want to welcome you to this Good Times Infant School Digital Learning English Language lesson. As we have seen in the previous lessons, we are continuing to try to, look at the conditional sentences. We have looked at the do's and the don'ts in the conditionals. We have looked at conditional 1. Now, I want us to move a little and look at conditional 2. What is conditional 2? Conditional 2 is this type of conditional that expresses hypothetical or highly unlikely or even impossible cases. We looked at the word hypothetical in our first lesson. Hypothetical comes from the word hypothesis. And a hypothesis, like I said in the first lesson, has many meanings, one of which is guess or imagination. So in this conditional, we may basically try to look at how things could be if certain conditions got fulfilled. So we're not talking about reality. That's why some people call that conditional the unreal past, because we use the past tenses to express what we feel could happen if certain situations got fulfilled. How do we identify this conditional? How do we identify a conditional 2 sentence? That is the question, because you have to have that skill, because questions come and you, the candidate, is supposed to ensure that you interpret the question, identify the conditional, know the tense patterns associated with it, and then be able to come up with the correct sentence. So we do this again, as we have seen in other conditionals, through tenses. And what are these tenses? We have the past simple tense, which is found in the conditional clause. Others love to call it the if clause of a conditional 1 sentence. And the present conditional tense, which we find in the result clause or the main clause of the conditional 1 sentence. I don't want to go back into what the conditional clause is, because we have looked at that already. I want us to look forward. Now, here are a few examples of sentences that are found in the conditional 2, or the type 2 conditional. We have said already that the past simple is found in the conditional clause or the if clause of the conditional sentence, and the present conditional is found in the main clause or the result clause of the conditional 2 sentence. And looking at sentence number 1, those bold words are the ones that highlight tense. And like I said, it is only through tenses that candidates are examined. So you candidates, make sure you pay extra attention on those tenses and be able to identify the tense patterns which help you get to grips with each conditional sentence. Now, example number 1. If Annette went to Canada, she would meet her old friend. The word went is a verb in the past simple tense, and would meet is the present conditional tense, which you find in the main clause of that sentence. Number 2, Namuga would laugh if she heard that news. Would laugh, present conditional, heard, past simple. Number 3, if Annette went to Canada, she would meet her old friend. If Annette went to Canada, she would meet her old friend. Went belongs to the past simple, and would meet belongs to the present conditional. Please note, I want to stop saying this. Whenever we construct a sentence, a conditional sentence, beginning with the conditional clause, we must supply a comma. Candidates, I want to remind you, the moment you forget to supply that comma and you have begun your sentence with the conditional clause, you will have committed an academic suicide. Please note that. But when we begin with the conditional, with the result clause, no comma should be put anywhere. As you can see, number 4, Namuga would laugh if she heard of that news. Now you can see we have begun with The result clause and no comma is anywhere apart from a full stop at the end of the sentence. Number 5, if the headmaster allowed me to visit my sick cousin, I would feel happy. Allowed, past simple tense, would feel, present conditional tense. Now, please note, this is very important, candidates. Despite having the past tense as part of the tense pattern in the type 2 conditional, this conditional does not at any moment reflect past tense. No. The past tense is only used to imagine a situation that would happen if a given condition was fulfilled. It is only used imaginatively, but it doesn't reflect past tense. Actually, a conditional 2 reflects present and future possibilities if certain conditions got fulfilled. It has nothing to do with the past, much as one of the tenses is past tense. Now, we move on. We have come across so many sentences that have that subjunctive wa. We looked at the subjunctive in the first lesson. I don't go back into that. But why do we use that subjunctive in the type 2 conditional? Well, wa is used, first of all, for all persons. For example, I, we, you, he, she, it, they. Even on names of individuals used in the third person singular to express unreal situations in the past or in the future. Okay? Let us look at some of the examples. If I were a lion, I would eat all the other animals in the bush. If I were a lion, I would eat all the other animals in the bush. Now that is simply a wish. The speaker wishes to have been a lion, but the fact that the speaker is not a lion, then they can't end up eating all the other animals in the bush. So it is a wish about a scenario that can never happen, because no human can become a lion. Okay? So it is used, like I said, hypothetically. Example number 2, if Tom were my brother, I would be very happy. If Tom were my brother, I would be very happy. Maybe Tom is some rich man, very famous, you know, people love him and so on and so forth. So as the speaker wishes to have been Tom's brother. Okay? That's why he ended up saying, if Tom were my brother, I would be very happy. That does not mean that if Tom was the speaker's brother in the past. No. Even currently, the speaker wishes that Tom were actually his brother. And the last one is, if the club were to buy Messi, the fans would be very happy. If the club were to buy Messi, the fans would be very happy. Messi is a player so many people would wish to have in their team, meaning that that particular fan was wishing that if Messi went to their club, they would feel overjoyed. This is very important, candidates. I want to reiterate what I said in that important note. The type 2 condition does not reflect past tense. Please note. Don't be disturbed or fooled by the past tense, the past simple tense, which is found in the conditional clause of the conditional 2 sentence. No. That past tense is there, but it does not reflect the past time. It only works when we are trying to imagine, to guess what could actually happen if a certain condition was fulfilled. But it does not reflect past tense in any way. Please note. I have some assignment for you, dear candidates. Rewrite the sentences below in conditional 2. It is very hard to find such an instruction in, say, a UNEB paper. But for purposes of satisfying me, so that I can know that, well, these candidates of mine have understood what I've explained, I have given a straightforward instruction. Rewrite the sentences in conditional 2. Sentence number 1, if I get some money, I will pay you. If I get some money, I will pay you. I have told you already that for you to go very well in as far as these conditions are concerned, you are supposed to identify the tense. Now we are dealing with conditional 2, and the tenses are past simple, conditional clause, and present conditional main clause. So identify the tense in the sentence given to you and then apply those very tenses correctly to get the answers right. Number 2, Andrew will go to town if he gets fare. Number 3, I think this is a wish to everyone. If COVID-19 pandemic ends, we shall go back to school. Number 4, if Juma gets aggregate 4, he will join King's College Budo. Number 5, if the teacher finds us shouting, he will punish us. Number 6, Mary will be very happy if she receives my invitation letter. Number 7, if Daddy buys a new car, we shall be so proud. Number 8, I am not a bird, I cannot fly. You have to join those 2 sentences and write them in conditional 2. Number 9, beggars are not horses. People cannot ride them. The same instruction works, write in conditional 2, but you have to join up those 2 sentences and then give your answer in conditional 2. And the final instruction in the final sentence is, I am not a princess. I cannot live in a palace. Dear candidates, I want to wish you very well, but first of all to thank you for being nice learners. See you next time. Bye-bye.